It took me 10 years to find out about this major credit card payment hack, but I'm about to show you guys how to do it in this video in under 10 minutes. And once you understand this, your credit scores are gonna start going up way more consistently instead of dropping down every other month. Because the main reason is people have no idea when they're actually supposed to pay their credit card. And trust me, I was definitely one of those people, so don't feel left out. Because school is gonna teach us this, our parents gonna teach us this, and I'm gonna be real with you, the banks definitely don't want you to know this because they make billions of dollars literally every single year off people doing this the wrong way. All right, so let's get straight into it. So most people pay their credit card bill on the payment due date. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that's when the payment is due. So that's obviously when I'm gonna make my payment and be a responsible person. But the truth is that's not the best way, especially if you wanna be able to maximize your credit score to its highest and full potential. And the real reason is simple. There's actually 3 important dates on your credit card statement, and the best day to actually make your credit card payments are actually on your statement closing date, not your payment due date. So let's break down these 3 important dates before I show you real life credit card statement examples. So make sure you pay attention and better be taking them notes. So number 1, you got the payment due date. Number 2, you got the statement opening date. And then number 3, you got the statement closing date. The payment due date is gonna be the exact date the banks want their money. So any payment after this date, you definitely are gonna be charged a late fee. Then the statement opening date is when your next billing cycle starts, and that's when the clock resets and everything you spend beyond this point counts toward your next credit card statement the following month. And then finally, the most important date, you got the statement closing date, which is when the banks take a snapshot of your credit card balance, and that's what they report to the credit bureau. So this is why the statement closing date matters so much when it comes to your credit score, because if you pay your credit card bill before the statement closes, then that means that that snapshot the bank sends to the credit bureaus is gonna show you paid it off, versus if you pay it on the payment due date, they're gonna show you have a carrying balance, and then it's gonna hurt your credit scores and credit utilization percentage. And basically everybody knows that your credit utilization is a big factor on your credit scores. So by simply paying your credit card down on a different date, you're gonna basically take advantage of how the credit reporting system works and use it in your favor. So I'm literally gonna show you guys real life examples. We'll start off with Chase Bank right now. So follow along. If you see at the top, you're gonna see where it says there's a $50 balance to this statement. And then right under that, you're gonna see where it says there's a minimum payment due of $40. And then this is important. So right under that, you're gonna see where it says the payment due date is on 9/26/25. But if you look at the account summary section, you scroll down and look at where it says opening and closing date, it's gonna be a different date. These dates we really wanna pay attention to, because remember I said the statement closing date is when you wanna make your payment. So as you see right there, it says opening, it says 8/5/25, and then the closing date is 9/4/25. So we always wanna make our payment 2 to 3 days before the statement closing date is, because you at least want to give the banks a decent amount of time to be able to post the payment, versus if you paid on the payment due date on 9/26/2025, remember they're going to take that snapshot and send that to the credit bureaus, and it's going to show a balance. But if you pay 2 to 3 days before this date on 9/4/25, then it's going to show the paid off balance versus you carrying a balance. So that's very important. So that's how you find it on Chase. The next one I'm gonna show you is with Discover Bank. This one, it doesn't necessarily say opening and closing date, but you're gonna see it right at the top where it says account summary. You're gonna see that date that says 9/3/25. That's gonna be the statement opening date. And then the second date right after that, 10/2/25. This is gonna be the statement closing date. And then as you see, when you look over to the right, the payment due date is different. So the payment due date right there, as you see, it's on 10/28/25, and there's a minimum payment due of $35. But like I said, we always want to aim 2 to 3 days before the statement closing date, which is 10/2/25. So that way, when they take that snapshot of the balance, they're going to report that the credit card was paid off versus carrying that balance. So this is me showing you guys a real life example. So that way, when you look at your own credit card statements, you understand what you're looking at and how to find that statement closing date. Now, I know you're probably also wondering why this timing hack works so well. So let's break that down real quick, because it really comes down to how your credit score is actually calculated. So let me explain this as easy as possible, because there's actually 5 main factors that dictate your credit score. Number 1 is going to be your payment history, and that's going to be 35% of your score. Then your credit utilization is 30, credit age is 15, credit mix is 10, and then your hard inquiries is 10. So you see, credit utilization is a very important part that a lot of people overlook, and it's 30% of your score, so you never want to ignore that. So your credit utilization is going to be your available credit compared to how much you're actually using of that available limit. And that's where the payment of your timing comes in, because if the bank reports a balance that's higher on your closing date, then your utilization is gonna be higher. But if you pay before the closing date, like we were previously talking about, then they're gonna report that zero balance of that snapshot that they sent to the credit bureaus. And it's gonna affect your scores and make them go up versus going down. So that's literally how all this works. If you guys made it to the end of the video, go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the comments, because I definitely wanna see who watched the video all the way to the end. Then if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because this is the stuff they hid from us in school. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.